What is the deal, beautiful people? It's your boy Ramon, Lifestyles Defined. Welcome to another episode of AMA. How this works, you leave your question in the comment section below and we will answer it in upcoming videos. Today's question comes from Waqar, and he says, wondering if you can do one of the new PlayStation or Xbox releases which were rumored. So I purposely held on to this question for a while because I really don't like reporting on rumors. I like to get the thing straight. And you know, for those of you who weren't in the know, there was supposed to be a new PlayStation being released with upgraded hardware and 4K ability, and that was called the PlayStation Neo. Then rumors came out of a new Xbox that would also do the same. And then somewhere along the line, there were a second rumor from the Xbox camp about a stronger, more premium Xbox called the Scorpio. So E3 came and went, and two out of the three were made official. The Xbox One S, which I did a separate video for, you guys can check that out, link in the description or in the cards, however you want to have it. And that guy was geared very much like what we knew about the Sony PlayStation Neo. It was all about 4K entertainment. Not 4K gaming, but 4K entertainment. It supported things like high dynamic range TVs. It supported native 4K resolution when watching Netflix, yada yada yada. A bunch of different redesigns. They made it smaller, a bit, of course, a touch faster to do this 4K stuff. But none of the 4K abilities or even the graphical power that it got, the Xbox One S I'm talking about, really affects gaming. So this is more of an update or an upgrade, so to speak, for those who hasn't really jumped in yet, or those with 4K TVs looking to take advantage of these guys. And then at the end of the E3 conference, Microsoft's last note was about Project Scorpio. And Project Scorpio, the way they outlined it, was all about 4K gaming. And they said this thing has ridiculous GPU, it has ridiculous RAM, yada yada yada, and it's got 8 teraflops or whatever the hell that means. And of course we know teraflops is the new buzzword in gaming, and not a lot of people knew what this was because this was a PC thing, and it wasn't really a PC thing from gaming. It was a PC thing from like graphics rendering and whatnot. Now it's made its way into gaming as a measure as to whose penis is bigger than whose. But nonetheless, Microsoft laid out, I guess it'll be available in 2017, closer to the end of the year, maybe holiday season. So their entire stance on that was the Xbox One Scorpio, or Scorpio, whatever they're calling it, is pretty much the answer to what gamers wanted. And it's no secret that the Xbox One is underpowered when compared to the Sony PlayStation 4, and it's no secret that both the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 are jokes when compared to the PC gaming. But Microsoft set out to really put this to the side and give the gamers what they want. And what this does now is it introduces a whole new dynamic where the console cycle is broken. You know, you're not going to wait every 6 or 7 years for a new console now. Now you're going to be fed one incremental upgrades, hopefully with leaps and bounds every 2 or 3 years. So that in itself is interesting. I know a lot of people that are upset about this, and my answer to it is very clear. You guys asked for this. You know, you guys, and I'm talking about the gaming community, everyone made a mockery of the Xbox One and how it wasn't powerful. They didn't care that Microsoft had the best exclusive, the most exclusives, and they were consistently pumping out the better games. They didn't care about any of that. They just cared that the games weren't 1080p 60 frames a second. So Microsoft now had an interesting challenge, and they found a way to solve the solution, and now all of a sudden people are mad. What's this? It's no, fuck you. It's not what's this. This is what you asked for. And if you didn't ask for it specifically, the gamer next to you did. And I think this is a just way to go about it. And if they pull it off, good for them. I'm excited to see what it is. In fact, I've seen some of the I've seen some really raw specs and some speculations that when you're talking 8 teraflops, it's roughly equatable to a GTX 980, and a 980 is it's a pretty powerful card still. You know, the 1080s are the new guys, and they're on the market right now. I mean, they've been on the market for like 2 or 3 months. So a 980 is still running you about $400 or $500. And when we saw the concept videos of the Scorpion, I mean, this thing literally looked like a graphics card molded onto like a board. So I feel like they're coming for real right now. I don't know if they'll be able to fit it into the size of the Xbox One S because it's a lot smaller. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen there. But when talking about the rumor for the PlayStation Neo, you know, the Neo was the first one out the gate to be leaked, and I thought it was interesting because Sony was winning the console race hand over fist. I mean, it's not even a competition how much more PlayStations are being sold. And I thought, why, it was always interesting, why would they come out with a new PlayStation? It was sort of a solution to a problem they didn't have. But nonetheless, you know, they kind of said it was real, and everyone expected it at E3, and of course, you know, Sony went after Microsoft. They do a lot of that, and again, here's one of those things where Sony just backed out of it, just like they did with the DRM stuff. They were nowhere to be seen with the Neo. They didn't even announce it, and I thought it was interesting that they, you know, it was supposed to be there, and after seeing, or this is my interpretation of it, after seeing the Project Scorpio, they pretty much said, nope, we'll be back. And I hope that's what it is, right? Because I felt like if the Xbox One S was the only thing Microsoft announced, then we would have seen the Neo for sure. But the fact that Microsoft said, and one, here's this crazy wild thing, I don't think Sony had an answer for it. And I don't know if they're going back to the drawing board. I would imagine they are. But I do still expect to see the Neo some sort of way show its way to the store shelves this holiday season. There's no reason for them not to announce it. I mean, the Scorpion is not going to be ready anytime soon. And the Xbox One S is probably the direct comparison to the Neo. So they need to get in that market. And again, if you look at, this is one of the things I mentioned in my video about the Xbox One S. If you look at the price of a 4K Blu-ray player, these at $299, the Xbox One S is a great deal. It's almost a no-brainer. And I feel like Sony can't or shouldn't really miss out on that market. That's still their thing. You know, they still a big juggernaut in the movie industry, and they still would love to sell tons of movies and yada yada yada. So I expect them to release the Neo. It just sucks that we really didn't get to see much of it at all, any of it at E3. But yeah, in terms of what this means for gaming, I know Snow feels a certain way. A lot of other gamers feel a certain way. They feel like they're breaking the essence of what a console is by breaking this cycle. But you know, it's a few things that make a console in my mind. One, it's all about the experience, right? A controller in a living room versus a mouse and keyboard in the game room or wherever you would have that. That makes a console. The experience of a unified gaming network, PSN, Xbox Live, that makes a console. The accessibility to go in GameStop, and please don't go to GameStop, to go in GameStop and buy this thing, or Target or Walmart, come home, plug it up, and it's up and working. That makes a console. The exclusives, which is a big one, right? Because Microsoft pretty much said all their exclusives are going straight to the PC as well, but you still get them on the console. So your console is no less of a console. And I feel like, you know, because both companies are promising to never forget the base model, to always make sure that the base model works, it's not that big of a deal. If you know, the hardcore guy wants to go out there and sell his current one and drop another 400 for the newest thing, let him do it. Let him do it. Yours still isn't gonna stop working, so I don't really see why everyone's so upset. But maybe you guys can hit the comment section down below. Let me know if you're upset, why you're upset. It's your boy Ramon. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm out of here. Peace.
From the deep forest into the sun.